Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Empowering Morning Conversation. And a special warm welcome to all those people who may not be able to join us live, but they definitely log into YouTube, come to our site, and thank you very much and a very warm welcome. And my request to you is that please press the bell icon and subscribe and like this video that you're watching. And come and join us every day, and you're most welcome if you can wake up early in the morning, or if you choose to wake up early in the morning to be on the live session and have all your questions answered and be a part of the conversation. Your presence on the live session enriches the session, so we welcome you to that. All right, so ladies and gentlemen who are here, thank you very much for joining us again today. I don't know what's making me so formal with you, but, we are like a family. So when you meet family, sometimes, you take them for granted. So I'm not taking you for granted. So who are you? You are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being who deserves to be loved and respected for who you are. So take some time to reflect. Do you see yourself as a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being? Are you willing to honor yourself and love yourself and respect yourself for who you are? So I know we have some very high standards of ourselves, and we criticize ourselves all the time. We always judge ourselves and always fall short in some way or the other. But hey, start from believing that you are perfect, and you can become more perfect if you wish to. So choose to be comfortable. Why are we doing this empowering morning conversation? Because we would like to have a world, rather we desire to have a life of ease and joy and glory. And what we say is all of life. All of life, every moment of our life, every experience of our life, it comes to us with ease, with joy, and glory. So what does ease mean? That you don't have to struggle. Now, all those who have learned swimming, have you noticed that a new swimmer struggles a lot? He doesn't get anywhere. Actually, he starts going down. But a swimmer who knows how to swim, he swims with ease. He leaves his body loose. He doesn't struggle in the water. His movements are smoother, That's ease. Now, one of the things which you already know, and I say this very often, is you cannot have a life of ease, joy, and glory if you are always busy judging yourself and others. So I've been thinking about why is it that we are busy judging others? And because we are doing that, we are judging others, we are judging situations as well. Brain number 2 function, judging, wanting you to be safe, saving you from harm. So if you want to be safe, there are many things you can do. You can wear, bulletproof vest all the time. Then you'll say it's very hot. Yeah. So if you want to be more safe, you can wear a full body armor. Yeah. You'll say, sir, it's very difficult to walk with this. I can't wear it the whole day. But if you look at the way we live our life, don't you think that we are wearing a full body armor to defend ourselves? Now, another way you may notice, if you notice and you're aware, like my friend is fond of saying, if you're aware and your perception is open, you will start to see how much time you are spending in attachment and aversion. Yeah, attachment and aversion. So what is attachment? Somebody say that. What is your understanding of attachment and the things that we are attached to?
Holding on to something or getting
Okay. Now, because of our propensity or the tendency to hold on to things, what does come along with it? Something comes along with it, no?
fear of losing.
Exactly. And what else?
And what if I lose? How can I live without it?
Yeah. How to make sure that I can hold on to it?
Sorry, sir.
How can I make sure that I can hold on to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in relationships, do you see what people do to each other?
Yeah.
Because they want to hold on to somebody.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Trauma.
They have allowance.
No, they are not in allowance. No, they want to hold on to somebody.
Oh,
So they become protective, they become overprotective, they become jealous. If the other person is talking to somebody else, they become insecure that they are going to lose that relationship. Then they start dominating. You know, some of them become draconian. That's coming from where? Attachment. And the other thing which drives us is what? Aversion. So what is aversion? Others can also join the conversation if you wish. What is aversion?
Fear of experiencing something new or the unknown.
Okay. Not necessarily.
avoiding.
Yeah. Aversion. You know, you have an aversion for, like I used to have aversion for quinine. It is very bitter.
Something we dislike, sir.
More than aversion is more than dislike, no? It's an
Yeah,
extreme.
I mean, we try to avoid, like, or we try to something unpleasant.
Yeah. बोलते ना हिंदी में घिन आती है जी मुझे.
Yeah.
Like some people have aversion for dirt. So you see how much of attachment we have and how many aversions we have. So we keep swinging between attachment and aversion. It's like, I don't like. If I like, I want to hold on to it. If I have aversion, I want to push it away. Does it allow you to be in the presence?
No.
What is it doing to your awareness?
Attachment makes us feel hurt if something is not happening the way we expected. And
yeah.
Aversion is, I mean, it's conditioning, or it's always conditioning to our mind. And we hold that strong belief that if something we really dislike or not feeling, you can say, pleasurable or appropriate to us, so we try to avoid that particular thing or situation or those people.
For whom you have the aversion? जिनके लिए आपका aversion है, you will avoid them, right?
Yeah.
And if you are forced to be in their company, how do you feel?
Will feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I want you guys to reflect a little bit on what are all the things that you are attached to and what are the things which you have an aversion for. There was a long time I was having an aversion to my own body. You are too fat. You've got ugly legs, all that shit. Part of the judgment mechanism, no? So what are you attached to? We are even attached to many other things. There could be attachment to your point of view. So if you are attached to your point of view, what will you do?
People with similar point of view, we welcome them.
Mm-hmm.
We feel, I mean, they resonate with us or something like that. And people who having different point of view, if we are really holding it very tightly, so even if we are not making them wrong, but we will not feel that harmony with them.
Yeah, and will you not have a tendency to defend your point of view with such people?
Yes.
Hmm? And will you not like to avoid other people's point of view?
Yeah, it will not be like for few things I can take lightly, but for particular things which I don't feel that this is the way or these are like human, so I will resist them.
Yeah, so here's what am asking everybody. What are the things for which you have an aversion and what are the things you have an attachment to? Reflect a little bit on that. Got it? Now, start noticing that we have a point of view about everything. Isn't it? We have a point of view about everything. So we may spend a lifetime defending or avoiding certain points of view. So what are the points of view that you avoid? You know, you may be avoiding your own point of view also. नहीं नहीं मेरे को ऐसे नहीं सोचना चाहिए. I should not think like that. Defending and avoiding points of view. So when a point of view is sacred for you, it is holy for you, you want to hold on to it, and then you will defend it. If anybody challenges your point of view on that, you will challenge it. If another point of view is coming in your mind, you might want to avoid looking at it even. You might even avoid listening about it. So, मैंने पी लिया. What are the points of view that you may be defending or avoiding? And if you're busy defending and avoiding points of view, if you're busy defending and avoiding points of view, so we have got points of view about relationship, we've got a points of view about body, we've got points of view about senior people, we've got points of view about children, we've got points of view about different situations, we've got a point of view about everything. And in everything, we will either be, avoiding certain point of view, you don't want to listen to it, you don't want to know it. And you are either then defending your point of view. So when you are defending your point of view, what are you doing? Trying to show them that you are right. Or you're trying to show that you are right. My point of view is correct one. So how many points of view that we have are we holding on to and defending them? And how many points of view are we avoiding? So you want to think about it a little bit. Nice music.
So there are multiple point of views which we avoid. When we are stuck with our own point of view, there might be 100 things, or there might be a different reality altogether which we miss out.
Exactly. So it's useful if you know what are the points of view that you have, which you are avoiding and defending. Yes, Punen sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. If I have certain point of views and if I know that it is good for universe, humanity, myself, and others, and if I attach to that point of views, then it will give a life of ease and joy and glory, isn't it, sir?
I don't know. You figure it out. I mean, why would you be attached to it and why do you have to defend it?
Because that is good for the universe.
Yeah. So when you're attached and when you're defending, if you have to, let's say, convince someone, see, you're attached to a point of view, so you have a lot of emotional force connected to it. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, one of the laws of nature is that if you are holding to a position, you will always get. What will you get? If you're holding a position, what will you get? Opposition. So for a moment, I will agree with you for a moment. Now, you strongly believe that my point of view is the right. Do you know something? In the whole of history, like Hitler had a point of view. His point of view was that it's good for everybody. Get rid of all the Jews. Yahudiyon ko khatam karo. That was his point of view. And he was very sure that it was the right point of view for him. You understand? So he thought that he's a god, that his point of view is the right point of view. So how much of strife, how much of destruction, how much of loss of life was, right? He would avoid even listening. I mean, I'm seeing something similar happening in the world these days. Get it? Somebody's point of view is the only point of view, and that is the only right point of view. So they are defending, and they will even avoid listening to any other point of view. They'll say, मैं नहीं सुनना चाहता हूँ, हमें मत समझाओ, हमें सब पता है. Are you getting what I'm saying? So when somebody thinks that his point of view is the point of view, and I know what the truth is, I know what is good for the world, you and I are victims of that, yeah? Are we not?
Yes, sir. Got it.
And he may be right. I'm not saying it is possible that, see, for example, if there is an enlightened soul, and you and I are in the presence of enlightened souls, you know, like people who are higher level of consciousness, they don't have to hold on to any point of view. They don't have to defend the point of view. Their presence changes people. Yesterday, I met Ratanji and I met Ashokji, and we had the most extraordinary experience, I can tell you. But one of the first things I noticed was that Ratanji is a completely different man. He's looking 20 years younger. And I'd like to believe that maybe, you know, what we started in the bars class, then he continued in another bars class, may have contributed. So my first conclusion was that. Then he told me, no, I'm just coming for my Guruji. And in the presence of that Guruji, everything changes. Wonderful. You know, in the presence of such people, they don't have to impose their point of view on you. Grace bolte hain na? There's something called grace. It touches you. It heals you. It makes you inclusive. So when you are holding on to a point of view and you're defending a point of view, are you inclusive? Are you excluding or including? Excluding. If you don't agree with my point of view, I don't want you around. I'll make sure that you come around to my way of thinking, etc., etc. See, unfortunately, if you have that, it doesn't give enough much choice to the other person. Somebody may want to choose your path, you know, because he may also see. Because if it is universally true, then you don't have the monopoly on it. Somebody else can also see the universal truth. And if there is a universal truth, why do you have to defend it? Are you getting it?
Yeah, got it, sir. Thank you.
So it's, you know, so benign when you are inclusive. So again, we don't have to listen to this like, oh, that is wrong. I should not do like that. No, there is no right and wrong. That's why we say, let us not tell other people what to do. We say, all right, if you are defending and avoiding points of view, then are you being present? Can you be present? If you're avoiding and defending your point of view, would you be having higher awareness or lower awareness? So that's where we are coming from. So if you have a higher awareness, you know, I have seen people who, just say, when you read Power versus Force also, you'll understand, when you evolve at the consciousness level, you're less likely to kill somebody or harm somebody or hurt somebody. You'd like to help somebody rather than harm somebody, isn't it? So a person who, let us call him enlightened, or let us say he's at a higher level of consciousness, he knows, he resonates. He goes by light and heavy. Does this feel light for me? Does this feel heavy for me? Am I loving or am I hurting? Am I being kind and compassionate? Will this serve all humanity? If my point of view and my propensity to defend these points of views and avoid these points of view is killing my compassion, if it is killing my ease and joy in life, why would I want to hold on to those points of views? I mean, see, when I don't have point of view to defend or to avoid, then I'm in allowance, no? If I'm in allowance, my awareness will increase. My perception will be more open. I will be more in receiving mode and giving mode. So ultimately, तो हम वही चाहते हैं ना. See, if you remember, prehistoric times, we were like wild animals, correct? No rules, no nothing. So the wise people realized that, boss, humanity to survive and thrive, we need to agree upon certain ways of living our life. Correct? So certain commandments were made, or certain, which everybody accepted and said, yeah, if we live like this, we can live in peace and harmony. We will not be cutting our throats of each other. We will be supporting each other. I mean, that's the purpose of a community. That's the purpose of a family. That is the purpose of coming together. That's why a country is there. A tribe is there. So we live in harmony. And then what happens is, if you don't believe what I believe, then I will kill you. You better believe what I believe. So the very purpose of making those rules, which were meant to be harmonious, they start creating disharmony, because some people's interpretation, they say my interpretation is better than your interpretation. Even in one religion, have you noticed there are different sects who will fight with each other? Even in Christianity, they have so many, they don't agree with one another. It's so strange, right? The same God, the same holy book, and because one person interprets it one way, he is the enemy of a person who interprets in another way. मतलब जिस चीज के लिए वो बनाई गई है, purpose for which it is made, that itself is getting defeated. And you know something? We are so busy defending and fighting for our point of view that we forget that very basic thing. And such literate people, so wise otherwise. If you meet them, you will be so impressed with them. But when it comes to this particular points of view, then they become irrational because they want to avoid or defend. You must have seen it. Are you old enough, I think, to understand what I'm saying? So very good. I mean, I'm so happy that you raised this, because underneath, हर आदमी के दिमाग में ये बात रहती है, isn't it?
Yes, sir. So what I'm learning from this conversation, sir, that if I know the ideal, the real, or the point of views, like the God's point of views, then I will achieve my life with ease, joy, and glory.
Yeah, but tell me one thing, boss. Are you going to spend your whole life trying to find out what is God's point of view? God has no point of view. He's in allowance. Otherwise, his planet would be finished by now.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that in our own imagination, in our mind, we see that God as a punisher, we see him as a destroyer, we see him as the rewarder. Do you think he's interested in any of that? See, so why are we going and looking for, sir? मुझे बताइए standard क्या है? मतलब मुझे कोई formula बताइए, sir. Perfect life क्या होने वाली है? So will it allow me to live this present moment with awareness and happiness in allowance? But life तो अभी हो रही है ना? It's happening right now as I'm talking to you, isn't it? And when we are so present and aware, you know something, what is the predominant feeling that comes out? with people who are present, a feeling of great affection and love. And that is something which we don't allow ourselves to feel, you know. Some people feel, you know, to feel that love is a weakness. We are so rigid in our holding on to our kavach, you know, armor plate, full body armor which we are wearing. And to feel the love, our own love for ourselves, you know, it feels so good, na? When you are in the presence of love, it feels so good, na? We get it from our little babies, no? We feel so good, na? That feeling I'm talking about. या माँ की गोद में जो सुकून आता है, क्या आता था? Is there any substitute for it? I mean, you will pay. Is there? You measure it in money? वो जो सुकून आता था. So what was it? Are you getting that? See, that is what we are seeking, isn't it? At some point.
Yes,
The
sir.
feeling
Got it.
of
Thank you.
contentment, wholeness. At least I'm seeking that. I don't know about you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I got it.
And thank you for raising it. As always, you titillate our brains. You know, it's good. Thank you so much. So I welcome others to join in this wonderful conversation too. What do you have to say with regard to avoiding and defending our points of views? And we spend a lifetime in avoiding and defending point of views. So all I'm saying at this point of time, there's nothing to do. Just be aware that how many points of view in every situation, in relationships, with your own body, with the people in your life, with the situations in your life, about your profession, about your bosses, about your juniors, about your colleagues. What are the points of views that you're avoiding and defending? Yes, sir. Ratanji, good morning.
Good morning. Good
I
morning.
swear, you know, I should blow up your photo and show to everybody, you know.
No. Okay.
You were yesterday, you know, shining like a
Thank you.
beacon, you know.
Thank you. Like you said,
Still
Like-
shining.
yeah, like
Yeah,
you
it's
said,
still shining actually.
yeah, I just allowed myself to receive the grace, and we were, on a different level. So this is something that we have not been exposed in school or college, or a special training does offer these things, but it's in a so small quantity that it's overshadowed by all the negativity around the world. So like I said, since March 2020, I've not exposed myself to newspapers, no TV, no newspaper, no, very minimum media. Socially, I'm on Facebook, but I don't even go there. I just have few friends on WhatsApp, and whatever bad news comes to me from there. So,
Good news comes. I hope some good news also comes from them.
yeah, good news. Good news is always in the air, but we don't catch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so true. You know, and look at the way our brain works, huh? When I saw you yesterday, I said, wow, I mean, what's happened to Ratanji? Now the judgmental mind immediately said, Acha, he has had a haircut. That's why he's looking like this.
Right.
So I kept that haircut thing aside and I said, no, haircut cannot do this to anybody. I mean, just look at the way the glow was there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there, I think. Let me see. It is there.
Yes, we all can see that, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm telling you, see, because I had to spend the whole day with him at his house and we conducted the bars workshop, right? His movements were slower. His speech was also different, right? And today, he's like a young man, you know. I envy him. मैंने कहा यार मुझे भी ऐसा होना चाहिए.
आप सब हैं, लेकिन हम उसको मड से कवर कर देते हैं, काव डंग से कवर कर देते हैं. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us, Ratanji. You're inspiration to us. You know, two
Well-
people who are great inspiration, I can tell you. Hasina ji, Ratanji, and one more there is Kuldeep ji. You get it? Kuldeep ji recovered from something and he was hardly able to speak. Still, he came, and today he, regales us with his shairi and all. So we have these two shairs which we are very fond of, Kunain and Kuldeep, both with the K. एक और है वो कभी कभी शायरी सुनाते हैं, आज आए नहीं है शायद, नहीं आए. Good, great, thank you, sir. So what points of view are we avoiding and defending? Start looking into it. So maybe,
Sir, I can
yeah,
sir, I can observe whenever someone is like demeaning someone with harsh words, or like especially elders. I mean, I feel that health and basic care or respect is the basic thing. If that's not happening, and in corporate also at times people try to pull someone down or behave in a way that is very hurtful or disrespecting. So for me, it feels like something is inhuman.
yeah.
So I can't take that. I mean, even something happening in my surrounding, I will do something about that, or try to shift that space.
So the question you should be asking yourself is perhaps, how is it limiting me in doing something about it?
But I have no control on others. So I'm asking one question in this
Very interesting.
context, and this is my point of view. Maybe at times elder are also doing something, that's why it's happening with them. Later on, I realize. But at the same time, the basic humanity is very basic.
So listen to yourself, huh? Pooja, it's very interesting thing you just said. You said, I can't do anything about it. Correct? Did you say that?
I mean, I'm saying I do, and whatever in my surrounding happening, I take care of that. Yeah, but my relation, it depends on in few areas. I'm not directly connected with those people. Like I've been to old age home so many times, and I listen to those people, and few of them wanted to really take their life. A lady has 4 sons, and she got heart attack, and nobody was there. She wanted to die, and all of the old people there, they contributed, they did something, and they saved her life. So at times, and one of them was really very rich person, and their kids were in US, and I mean the relative wants to take care of this person. He was hospitalized, but the boy was not coming here, and he just came for the settling of property, and the daughter here was taking care of father. But after a while, maybe a few months or a year, she thought that why I do everything when my brother is not doing anything, and the relative want to take care of. They said that okay, we will take care of him, but they came and we got to know कि उन्होंने अपने फादर को ही डेथ दे दी है आईसीयू में, वो ज्यादा शायद प्रोलॉन्ग करते. तो when I heard this kind of thing, and प्रॉपर्टी के चक्कर में लोग जो हैं कई बार अपने ही भाई को ऐसे कर देते हैं.
अच्छा सुनो पूजा, I mean ये कहानियां सबने सुनी हुई हैं. Okay, it happens in everybody's life. My point of view, I'm asking you one thing. First of all, can you see that those people have a certain point of view that they want to hold on to. That's why they behave like that. Can you get it?
Yeah.
उनका एक दृष्टिकोण है, and if you ask them, they will convince you that they are right.
Yeah.
Okay, and from their point of view, maybe they are right because you're not in their shoes. Okay.
Yeah.
My question to you is, by holding on to your point of view and defending your point of view, who is getting affected by it?
Yeah. When I see
Who is
something
getting
like this,
affected by it?
me.
Okay, correct. So is it empowering you to do something about it?
Yes, I do whatever in my capacity.
So fine. So then that's great, right?
Yeah,
See,
but
do you need to have this aversion for those people to do something about it? You can always say, कि, all right, जो हो रहा है मुझे नहीं अच्छा लगता, so I'm doing something about it.
yeah.
See, that is an action which you can do. So you're doing it by holding on to the point of view, or trying to defend your point of view, or making somebody else wrong because of what they're doing, and you're not in their situation. Okay. When you are in their situation, you'll find out what you do. Okay.
Yeah.
See, it's easy to judge other people because you're
Sir,
not in their situation. Correct?
I have seen this in my family also.
That's fine. Pooja, now we are not discussing on that. We are discussing on what you should do, what you should not do. We are not discussing. I'm saying when you are avoiding or defending, see, right now, in a subtle way, you're defending your point of view. When you're busy avoiding and defending your point of view, does it increase your awareness or does it reduce it? It reduces it, correct?
Yes.
When your awareness is reduced, does it show you more possibilities for action or less possibility for action?
Less.
So, अगर कोई भी चीज हो रही है and I want to do something about it, I should be able to see what is possible, right?
Yeah.
क्या संभव है? I should be in a situation where whatever I may want to do, I get support and not opposition to it.
Yes.
Right? So suppose you want to do something and somebody says, you go mind your own business. You don't interfere in our life. फिर तो आपका मकसद पूरा नहीं होगा ना?
Right.
But because you are holding on to some point of view and you're defending your point of view, it makes you righteous and it makes you judgmental. And those vibrations go to the people and you will face resistance in your life. So when you face resistance, it's difficult to do anything.
Yes.
Yeah, I could give you one corporate example, but I won't. If he was on the call, I would have given you that example because I don't talk behind people's back. But just be with this thought that if I'm avoiding and defending my points of view or other people's point of view, in what way is it limiting me? Thank you, Pooja. Now, Abhinav, and then after that, Kunen. So go ahead, Abhinav, what is
Sir,
it?
Sir, initially I was like that, and later on I realized I haven't heard from both of the people. I mean, what's the scenario and what's the situation? So I realized that, but I mean, my question is, if we are not holding to anything, like no point of view in particular regard, right? I mean, कुछ तो आपके होंगे या I mean कुछ भी नहीं है, let's say blank है तो आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपको वो just awareness में present रहना है कि how can I, because I can't stop myself.
आपकी awareness बोलेगी कि कुछ कर रहा हूँ या ना करो. You know how much time and energy I waste on people who have no interest in improving their life?
Yeah.
I'm more interested in improving their life than they are.
Very true, sir.
Get it? आप किसी के लिए कुछ कर सकते हो? I mean, there are people वो बोलते हैं कि भाई खाना भी परोसो, निवाला भी बनाओ, मेरे मुंह में निवाला भी डालो और मेरे से चबवाओ भी पकड़ के मुंह जबड़ा. Can you do that for people? Yeah, I have spent a lifetime being like you. I had such strong point of views on that because it makes me want to do something even when the person himself doesn't want to do something. there's an XYZ person, right,
Mm-hmm.
who keeps on complaining, यहाँ पे गर्मी बढ़ी है, यहाँ पे गर्मी बढ़ी है. So we had invited him to a place where there was an AC, and he slept the whole night without switching on the AC. Okay. So then we sent him a cooler. ठीक है, 7,000 रुपए का कूलर लेके हमने भेजा. After 4 days, the attendant over there, he rings me up and says, "Sir, इनको समझाओ, वो कूलर यूज ही नहीं कर रहे, गर्मी में पड़े हुए. अब क्या करूं, मैं रोज दिल्ली से जाऊं वहां पे कूलर ऑन करने के लिए? नहीं, मैं अभिनव को फोन करके बोलता हूँ, अभिनव यार वो 55 सेक्टर जाके ना कूलर चलवा दिया करना."
मैं समझ गया आप किसकी बात कर रहे थे.
But are you getting? You want to help, you can't.
Yeah, at times people, unless and until they do something, I mean, we can provide facilities, but we can't really
Your
shift.
your point of view, defending it or avoiding it, does not help anybody. If you think it's helping you, well, you find out.
No, it's not, sir. Thank
See,
you.
We are not that goody two shoes, you know, कि भाई सारी दुनिया का कल्याण करने निकले हो. हम तो करना ही चाहते हैं, हम कर ही रहे हैं. But you can never help anybody who does not want to help himself.
Very true, sir.
है ना?
Yes.
So
Thank
we
you.
become prisoner of our own point of view. बड़ी मजेदार चीज है. अभिनव जी बताइए.
So Sukhdeepak, one of the points of view which I have been holding on to be the ultimate truth was अच्छे कर्म करोगे तो लाइफ में अच्छा ही होगा. और and yet ऐसा होता नहीं है. In spite of doing I see in spite की मतलब मैंने तो कभी बुरे कर्म कम ही करे हैं, बहुत ही कम करे हैं, and yet there have been phases of life where I struggled a lot. So today I got कि ये भी point of view ही है, और living with ease, joy and glory right now is what matters. Irrespective of अपने अच्छे कर्म करे हैं, बुरे कर्म करे in the past, right now living with ease, joy and glory is
अभी ये भी देखो भाई, you are still alive, you still have friends,
Yeah.
you've got
Yes.
into a worse situation and come out of it.
Absolutely.
It is a result of all the good karmas that you've done.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're still healthy. Are you
I'm
getting
still
it?
healthy, yeah.
People
Yeah,
with
yeah,
such
yeah.
high blood sugar, they get so many bloody bimaris and all, which you have not got.
Absolutely.
तो फिर वो अच्छे कर्मों का ही फल है ना. So I'm an absolute believer कि भाई तुम करे जाओ जो तुमको करना है, without any ill will,
Absolutely.
without any wrong motivation, and what you have to get, you will get, because you don't decide.
हाँ, I'm not saying कि मैं अच्छे कर्म बंद कर रहा हूँ.
नहीं, I know that, but I'm just
But
saying
it's a point of view.
कभी कभी ये ख्याल आता है, मुझे भी आता है, right? मैं क्यों कर रहा हूँ? I mean, sometimes you think, no, bloody thankless दुनिया, they don't care. कभी कभी आता है, you think यार तुम पागल हो गया, और लोग must be thinking कि सारा कर रहे हैं अच्छा कर्म, तो ले लो जितना इससे निचोड़ सकते हो फ्री में. Sometimes the thought comes, and I said, I don't care. They never asked me to do it. I'm doing it because I'm doing it, so I'm happy. Good. That's a great insight, I think you've shared with us. Thank you very much. Yes, Konen sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Just wanted to add on to the discussion with Pooja and you quickly. I had a similar point of views earlier, but during my fasting, I felt that we as a human being are helpless on many occasions. And that helplessness leads us to get the realization or the awareness that there is a force managing everything. And I believe the karma element is also there, because as an energy being, we all individual, each and every person in the earth are generating certain sort of energy from the birth till whatsoever life we are living.
Correct.
And based on that energy, we are getting the energy back. So we as an individual, I personally feel that I am helpless. I can do certain thing up to a certain extent, but ultimately there is someone taking care of each and everyone, and we have to leave it to him after
Very
doing our best efforts. So if we change that point of view, maybe it will help Pooja to be at calm and relax, because something is disturbing Puja. She's not able to do, but she can't do because we are helpless. That's what I wanted to add on, sir. Thank you.
Very nice. Now, you know what? A little baby is helpless. And have you noticed that somebody always takes care of the baby, whatever may happen? There are cases where baby has been left in a kachade ka heap, garbage dump. And somebody picks up the child and takes him home and look after him. There have been instances where animal took the child and looked after him. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, another, I'll tell you example. If you take a little baby, a very small baby who has not yet been influenced by us, and you put him in the water, he will naturally float and he'll start swimming. You know that? I've seen these films made by some Russian scientists. A child naturally floats because the human body floats. But when somebody who does not know this, he goes into the water, he panics when little water goes inside. And then because of his panic, he does, he does and he goes down. See, I was watching one movie once, in that movie, these criminals, they kill somebody and they're going to throw him inside the sea. So what they do is they put some weight on him. They wrap him around in chains and all that. Long time ago, that time I did not know this. So I said, why, if you put somebody in the water, he'll sink. Now, why they have to attach all these chains and all that? They said, no, the body will float if they don't put weight on it. And even if it sinks, after a while, when it bloats with the gases and all, it will come up on the surface. Child does not have to defend his points of views. He does not have any judgment. He has no fear, nothing. Right? And he's looked after. Even in the water, he will not sink. Interesting, isn't it? So that is to substantiate Kunen's what he just said to you, Pooja. Thank you, Kunen.
Just a quick answer. When I was learning swimming, I had a thought, yaar main doob jaunga. And then I had never learned, but one of my trainers said that no. And when I changed my point of view that no, my body, as you rightly mentioned, I will float, then I learned it. So it's the change in the point of view helps a lot.
See, and have you noticed one thing? In order for you to float in the water, you have to let go. If you don't let go, you cannot float. But we don't let go. No? We want to be immediately. The moment you go in the water, your body goes like that, and you go tuck inside. The moment you leave it, you float.
Yep.
Interesting. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to reflect upon and be aware today and every day if you can. What are the points of view that you're defending, and what are the points of view are you avoiding in every situation? Okay. You want to have a life of ease, joy, and glory, right? So if you're defending and avoiding your points of view, are you going to have a life of ease, joy, and glory? So you have a wonderful day, an extraordinary day, and have lots of ease and lots of joy and lots of fun and lots of laughter and lots of accomplishment and fulfillment. Have a great day. So see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Sir, one last thing.
Ji, ma'am.
I heard that if something happening in your surrounding and that is not digestible to you, yeah, and you can't, at times you can't even do something about it. So it impacts your digestion also, your physical digestion. It creates acidity because it continuously going on and you are not able to digest that.
Yep.
So what is an excess we do? If, I mean,
you do the discretion exercise. You experience that feeling that you are resisting or you are having aversion to. Okay, so that's a good topic. Let's take it on tomorrow. Remind me. Okay.
Okay,
But
sir.
people who've been here for a long time, you understand. If you avoid something, if you resist something, it becomes more. If you allow yourself to experience it, it disappears and you can be in allowance of it. It
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
affect you anymore. These people are resisting it because of their aversion, you know. They are not able to be in allowance of it. So it affects them bodily. Correct? So good.
Correct, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Very insightful. We shall look into it tomorrow or any other day whenever we want to. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and God bless you all. See you tomorrow.
Thank
Bye,
you,
sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, God. God bless everyone.
Thank you.